On Thursday, Yamaha pulled the covers at Misano, painted in corporate blue, aggressive in stance, compact in design. The bike didn't whisper change, it screamed it. Executives Takahiro Sumi and Paolo Pavesio stood proudly beside Fernandez and Dovizioso. Sumi spoke with weight. This project is ambitious, demanding, and impossible without the full company behind it. This was not just an engineering exercise, this was Yamaha's survival. Not just metal, not just fuel, spirit-made machine. Zoom out and the timing is perfect, or perilous. 2026 will be the last year of 1000cc engines. In 2027, MotoGP resets, 850cc, Pirelli tires, a new age. Yamaha's V4 is a dress rehearsal for that revolution. Nail it, and they rise again. Fail, and they risk eternal exile. Glory or oblivion, crown or collapse. The MotoGP paddock has been waiting for this moment for years. Yamaha, the manufacturer once defined by its mastery of the inline-four, has finally broken tradition. At Misano, Yamaha unveiled a V4-powered prototype, a machine that could redefine not only its future, but the balance of the entire sport. Not just a bike, not just a change, a revolution. For 2 decades, Yamaha stood as the last guardian of the inline-four. Since MotoGP's four-stroke era began in 2002, the factory bet everything on its smooth, high-corner speed philosophy. The YZR M1 rewarded them with glory. Rossi carved history with 4 unforgettable titles. Jorge Lorenzo danced with precision, adding 3 more. Fabio Quartararo, the new generation, stunned the world in 2021. The inline-four had written legends. Rossi's kingdom, Lorenzo's art, Fabio's spark. But time is cruel in MotoGP. What once was Yamaha's strength, corner speed, stability, predictability, became its curse. Ducati and KTM perfected their brutal V4s, crushing Yamaha on straights, breaking them in battles. Quartararo's crown slipped to Francesco Bagnaia in 2022. In 2023, Fabio fell to 10th. By 2024, he was 13th, lost in the midfield. For Yamaha, humiliation. For its fans, heartbreak. For its future, a question mark. Once feared, once adored, now cornered. That's why Misano mattered. Behind closed doors, Yamaha had been sculpting a secret, a V4. The last holdout finally surrendered to evolution. The project brought together Japan and Europe, East and West, tradition and innovation. Kazuhiro Masuda led from Iwata. Massimo Bartolini, with Ducati pedigree, drove development in Europe. And Luca Marmarini, Ferrari's former F1 engine genius, shaped the heart of the beast. Test duties fell to Augusto Fernandez, Andrea Dovizioso, and Cal Crutchlow. Old wisdom, new blood, one mission. Every lap was a brick in Yamaha's new foundation. Fernandez, still sharp, still hungry, grinded through test mileage. Dovizioso, once Yamaha's enemy on Ducatis, became its compass. Crutchlow, reliable and relentless, filled in the gaps. Together, they asked the same question, why a V4 and why now? Because the old path was broken, because the future is here, because the time is now. The answers were technical but simple. A V4 is narrower, slicing cleaner through air. Its weight balance shifts rearward, delivering the traction Quartararo begged for. Its lighter mass gives flexibility in chassis design, more acceleration, more overtakes, more weapons to fight Ducati and KTM head-on. No longer a corner speed prisoner, no longer chained by history. Slimmer, stronger, sharper. On Thursday, Yamaha pulled the covers at Misano, painted in corporate blue, aggressive in stance, compact in design. The bike didn't whisper change, it screamed it.
Executives Takahiro Sumi and Paolo Pavesio stood proudly beside Fernandez and Dovizioso. Sumi spoke with weight. This project is ambitious, demanding, and impossible without the full company behind it. This was not just an engineering exercise. This was Yamaha's survival. Not just metal, not just fuel, spirit-made machine. And now, the V4 roars into battle. Augusto Fernandez, Yamaha's official tester, takes it to the grid. Not for points, not for podiums, for truth. To measure it against Ducati's monsters, KTM's rockets, Honda's rebirth. A wildcard entry, yes, but also a declaration. It's an honor, Fernandez said. We'll focus on improving, discovering strengths, exposing weaknesses. This is the beginning. First laps, first scars, first fire. For Quartararo, the V4 is more than a prototype. It is hope. Out of contract in 2026, courted by rivals, his loyalty depends on Yamaha's courage. It's the future bike, he admitted. I think we'll stop testing the M1 now. From here, it's all V4. Alex Rins, his teammate, hinted the truth. From what I saw in testing, it looks great. If Augusto beats our inlines this weekend, it would be crazy. A gamble, a lifeline, a turning point. If Augusto impresses, Yamaha's shift is vindicated. If he struggles, doubts will fester. But Andrea Dovizioso's endorsement cuts through. From the first run in Malaysia, the feelings were positive. Every outing better. The potential is clear. Coming from a man who fought Yamaha for years on Ducatis, that praise carries weight. No hype, no illusion, only progress. Still, Yamaha refuses to promise too much too soon. Officially, the line is cautious. We will race what proves most competitive. But in the paddock, no one doubts it. The inline-four's era is ending. The V4 is not just a project, it is Yamaha's future. And with concession status, Yamaha can update freely, while Ducati and KTM are locked. Advantage blue. One chance, one window, one destiny. Zoom out and the timing is perfect, or perilous. 2026 will be the last year of 1000cc engines. In 2027, MotoGP resets. 850cc, Pirelli tires, a new age. Yamaha's V4 is a dress rehearsal for that revolution. Nail it, and they rise again. Fail, and they risk eternal exile. Glory or oblivion, crown or collapse. Misano is only the start. Monday's official test will put the V4 in the hands of Quartararo and Rins. Their feedback will decide Yamaha's path. Bartolini summed it up. Our objectives are validation, data, progress. The ambition is a competitive V4 for 2026. The journey is long, but the road is clear. Test by test, lap by lap, step by step. For 2 decades, Yamaha's identity was tied to the inline-four. It gave the world Rossi, Lorenzo, Quartararo. It built legends. It defined eras. But MotoGP has evolved. Ducati and KTM rewrote the rules with V4s. Now Yamaha joins the fight, not as a follower, but as a reborn warrior. Once tradition, now rebellion, forever Yamaha. The unveiling at Misano isn't just about a bike, it's about survival, it's about pride, it's about the roar of a giant refusing to die. The inline-four chapter is closing, the V4 chapter is opening, and its first pages are being written here, now, at Misano. Only fire, only fight, only future.